Hello everyone, James here from JVC Paints. It's been a couple weeks since I put up a video, and today I have my finished German Stalingrad Summer of 42 Sturmpioniere Veteran Assault Guys for bolt action. It's a 9 dice, 998 point army. So I'm going to go through the units and what I've done, and hopefully put up some stills, and yeah, let's check it out. So first up we have the Panzer III. This is a Tamiya kit. This is an L-sprung L. It has a 50mm anti-tank gun, and it has two LMGs. Of course, it has the coax up here, and then it has the hull one here. And the L has this extra plate of armor here. I actually had to use one of the spare wheels because, I don't know, the kits in Japan, they don't come shrink wrapped, so it's not very often that a piece will actually be missing, but for some reason one of the road wheels, it just vanished like in thin air. Like, I don't know if it was Illuminati magic or what, but anyway, yeah, so this is that. I haven't gone too crazy with the weathering. I haven't gone all mental with the rust. Just I used some kind of like paint pigment dust that they sell here, but Tamiya sells, and I just went over it as like a dry brush. But yeah, it turned out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. And behind that we have the what I'm using as the Panzerbusch STKFZ 25110. This is actually an Ausführung D. I probably should have used an Ausführung C, but you know, whatever. It's not the actual sort of model. I've used the PAC 3.7 centimeter here, which came in this kit here. As you can see, it's in the back there. And actually, what I've done for versatility, so I could use this with my other, my Blitzkrieg German army, is that this will come off, come like that. And I can put the regular MG34 shield here, and I magnetized this wheel. So if I was playing my regular Blitzkrieg Germans just to keep the aesthetic up, I could do that. But yeah, for this army, this Veteran Pioneer army, of course, I'm going to be using this here is the Panzerbusch, and the Panzerbusch is actually a pretty cool weapon. I've never used it before. I've obviously never played a game with these guys before, but it has the squeeze bore rule. So the 12 up to 12 inches, the armor penetration is at 6, and half range is reduced by 2. So then it goes down to 2. So it's kind of a really weird sort of thing. It's one of those things that you better hope that you're within short range when you're using it, and you're not too drunk to forget what you're doing. In the back here we've got, as Travis would say, the Der Hammer. This is a small veteran unit. They've got a flamethrower here, and then the NCO is here, and then that would be the helper for this guy, and then the other guys all have their SMGs as well. So the idea, of course, is that they you know, this thing drives up, shoots, they all pile out, flame you, or you know, machine gun you to death. In the front here, we've got another squad, another section. I went with the MG34s because that was what was with the kit. I'm sure that they would have MG42s by this time, but you know, you have to make do with what you have. And so yeah, this is a pretty vanilla section, I guess you could say. The NCO here, you can see in the front, he's got the head covering, and we've got the LMG here, the loader next to him, and then as you can see, we've got a whole mess of riflemen. I've tried to do the national shields on the helmets, as you can see, and I've cleaned up some of the ranks and things like that on these guys as well. So it turned out pretty well. But behind them, we've got, these are from Great Escape Games. I've showed these before, I believe I did. There you can see it actually is coming in pretty good. Oh, is it going to still keep in focus? No, okay, we'll move him back there. So yeah, this is the Lieutenant I'm using and his Batman. Excellent miniatures. I was really impressed with them. Behind them we've got the Warlord Games medium mortar, and I've used my last prone guy as the spotter. The base for the mortar, I've done it a bit differently. I've just used sort of regular sand and then put all the chunky stuff on the actual figures themselves on their bases. Just, you know, so they'll sit there. I finished Von Paulus. It's not the greatest finisher in the whole world, but you know, he's not in the army, that's why he doesn't have a dice, but yeah, he's interesting to say the least. And then we've got a larger squad here. You can see we've got 3 SMGs. We've got the guy there with the clippers. We've got another guy firing off his LMG, the loader behind him, and then just some more riflemen. And behind them we've got the sniper, as you can see. And I've tidied up some of the rank badges and things like that I had on these guys. And in the back here, we've got the final section that I have. which has an NCO, an Hunter Officer over here, and then the LMG in the center, and they also have a flamethrower, his helper, and then the guy with demolition charges, and then casualty number 1. So yeah, this is my army. It's 9 dice, I believe, and it comes up to 998 points. A few other things I guess I'll talk about. A bit of a technical issue, and I want to talk about the sources I've been using, or looked at, I guess you could say, for my little army. First up is this one. It's a Valentine book, super old, probably printed in this, I think, 1963-ish. I bought this for about $4, I think. But yeah, it's a great little book. I have about 10 or 12 of these. A lot of great photos, things that you know, good for reference, things like that. It reads okay. It's kind of all over the place, but I mean, you got to remember it was written in, like, I think like I said, 1960 something, 2, 3. I can't find the date. I'm not really. Well, you can tell that it's old. I mean, it's like at least 50 years old. There's nothing here in the front. Oh, here we go. 68. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So it's 52 years old. So yeah, it's a pretty cool book. It's got some cool maps and stuff in it. Yeah, if you ever see these at like a flea market or whatever, I really highly recommend them. And then Stackpole books. Cat just walked in here. This one, you can see there's a lot of things I put in here. So this is Eastern Front all the way to Berlin. I think Stalingrad is most of it. Like I would say like a good 2/3 of this. But yeah, it has some stuff from the 24th Panzer Division as well as some of these assault pioneers. All the little bookmarks and things in here. I was doing, or I am doing some research about, as you can see, medical, new bandages at the aid post, frostbite, things like that. About World War II, German World War II, field hospitals, medics, that kind of stuff for work. So anyways, guys, these are the books I've been using. That, and of course, you know, just general knowledge, and the 1993 movie Stalingrad by Vilmeyer, and you know, documentaries, things like that. But yeah, guys, that's what I've been doing for reference. So I just wanted to bring that up, show you guys that I'm just not talking out of my ass. All right, now on to my next little project. Here's what is going to be the 30th bolt-action army I've painted. It's a little bit eccentric, I guess. These are the Imperial Japanese Army Paratroopers, the Teishin Shundan, and I bought them at a Great Escape Games website. They've got a lot of great stuff over that website. Some, you know, if you're kind of sick of the big sort of 5 and you want to see what other things are out there, or you want to go into the sort of more odd armies, they do have a lot of stuff here. I don't think these are actually made by Great Escape Games, so I'll go into that here real quick. So here's the little box they come in. It says Harbor Designs, and so these are the guys with the bayonets here. But yeah, they come in these little boxes. They're metal. So far I haven't had any issues with the bayonets or anything like that. There have been some sort of bent rifles and things like that. I do think maybe the SMGs had bayonets on them, but I'm not sure. I cleaned them up so that they would look like this. But yeah, they're just an odd little army. Fanatic Paratroopers. They're not stubborn. Originally when I bought them, I'm like, oh, you know, stubborn Fanatic veteran Paratroopers. I mean, that's pretty gamey, but they're not stubborn, so... But they are Fanatic, so I mean that's just as cheesy, I guess you could say. So these guys will never break until they're like down to like one guy. So, anyway, yeah, they're just an interesting little army. I mean, they got these great sort of old style 1930s, 1940s like football helmets. The uniform's pretty straightforward. I've got the sort of olive drabby green smock, and you can just see on like the loader for the LMG there, you can see his uniform pants sticking out, and the browns and things like that, and the black, so and the flesh. So there's probably only about 5-6 colors you got to deal with. I've painted these up in pretty much no time. This is not going to be the end base for these guys, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But yeah, that's what I'm working on now. So that'll be army number 30. I might have a problem. Anyways, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. Do all that regular stuff that people ask you to do, like hit like, subscribe, share, all that other wonderful stuff. And yeah, take it easy, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep those brushes moving, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.